An overarching attempt to solve the puzzle was carried out during the BBC's second instalment of The Princes and the Press, broadcast last night. The documentary's narrator, Amol Rajan, spoke to a string of people either close to the royal family or who have an understanding of its workings, and paid special interest to how the debacle has been covered by the media. Harry and Meghan announced that they planned to leave the royal family last year. It was met with widespread surprise, although many felt that something like it had been on the horizon for a while, given the couple's previous years in the firm. One of the first signs came in March 2019, when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex established an office as part of Buckingham Palace. They had previously been part of the same household as William and Kate in Kensington Palace. Roya Nikkhah, the Sunday Times royal editor, claimed that this split fueled speculation about the couples. She told the BBC documentary, "It's not easy for siblings to have an argument in public. For a long time William and Harry shared a household. But then of course when they divided, then they had their own separate aides, and their own separate communications teams, who brief. That fuels a lot of the media coverage." Having been based at Kensington Palace alongside William and Kate's team, the Sussexes staff were officially moved to Buckingham Palace in late 2019. Don't Miss It showed that Harry's latest entry, at the time a trip to Amsterdam to launch the sustainable tourism initiative Travalyst, was listed under Buckingham Palace. This was compared to the entry before, which came from Kensington Palace. A statement from Buckingham Palace confirming the news read, "The Queen has agreed to the creation of a new household for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, following their marriage in May last year. The household, which will be created with the support of the Queen and the Prince of Wales, will be established in the spring." It added, "The Queen has given permission for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to base their household office at Buckingham Palace. Their Royal Highnesses will appoint new communications staff, who will form part of the Buckingham Palace communications team and report to the Queen TMS Communications Secretary, Donal McCabe." 3 months after this, it was announced that William and Kate would continue to head their Royal Foundation, while Harry and Meghan would set up their own organisation to support causes close to their heart. The Royal Foundation said the decision was made following the conclusion of a review into its structure, but that both couples would work together in the future. Harry and Meghan launched their Sussex Royal Foundation, but it was shut down shortly after, when they stepped down as senior royals. From the ashes of Sussex Royal came their new endeavour, the Archewell Foundation. This looks to help charitable causes, as well as containing a business division which focuses on media and production. Doting mother of Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, opened up on how she's making sure her grandchildren will have fun during the Christmas holidays. Mrs. Middleton's company, Party Pieces, shared a picture of 2 gonks on its Instagram account alongside a remark made by Kate's mother. Quoting Mrs. Middleton, the picture caption read, "I'm going to need a few of these cheeky chaps this December, to hide around the house and make my grandchildren laugh. As much as I love immaculate decorations, we can be too serious at Christmas." Gonks are little figurines with long white beards and kitted hats resembling the gnomes found in Scandinavian mythology. This isn't the first time Mrs. Middleton has spoken about how she spends Christmas with her grandchildren. Mrs. Middleton's company shared a photograph of Kate's mother smiling while surrounded by gold and white balloons and presents. It was accompanied by a message penned by Mrs. Middleton, which read, "We may not be able to get together, but, after a year like 2020, we need to remember what TMS really important this Christmas. For me, what really matters is that my family feels connected. I normally let my grandchildren help me decorate the tree. This year, ITMLL ask them by video call to decide which decoration should go where. It may need to be tastefully rearranged later." Mrs. Middleton and her husband Michael Middleton have a total of 5 grandchildren. George, Charlotte and Louis have as first cousins Pippa Middleton and James Matthews, 2 children Arthur, born in October 2018, and Grace, born in March this year. Mrs. Middleton launched her party supply company more than 3 decades ago. Mrs. Middleton told the Daily Mail, "All I could find were basic clown plates. I realized there was a gap in the market for party wear that wasn't too expensive and which looked good, so decided to design my own." George, Charlotte and Louis may return to Sandringham House this upcoming Christmas Day after they spent last December self-isolating due to the coronavirus pandemic. In 2019, George and Charlotte attended for the first time the Christmas Day service at St. Mary Magdalene Church alongside their parents, other royals and the Queen. The young siblings walked the short distance from Sandringham House to the chapel and looked slightly nervous as they were welcomed by well-wishers waiting for the royals. After the service, the tots met some of the royal fans in person, with Charlotte even hugging a bystander who gifted her a pink inflatable flamingo. Prince Louis, who was born in April 2018, did not attend the walkabout given his young age. The 3 little Cambridges are believed to break with royal tradition when it comes to Christmas presents. The royal family still follows the German tradition of opening presents on Christmas Eve. But Kate suggested during a chat with a royal fan in 2019 her children get up very early on December 25th to unwrap their gifts. Meghan Markle has decided to cut back on royal references and homages, according to a royal commentator. Royal commentators Rachel Bowie and Roberta Fiorito remarked that the Duchess of Sussex's appearance on Ellen this week demonstrated the dramatic turnaround. Speaking on their podcast Royally Obsessed, Ms. Fiorito said that the 40-year-old Duchess was rebranding to be more about the Meghan she was before Harry. Meghan joined in on pranks during her appearance on Ellen, during which host Ellen DeGeneres dared her to carry out embarrassing tasks in front of unsuspecting vendors. During the segment, the Duchess was encouraged by the chat show host to eat a tortilla crisp like a chipmunk, refer to herself as mummy, and tell jokes. She won plaudits with many fans praising the Duchess' appearance for being down to earth and showing off her comedy skills. Reflecting on the appearance, Ms. Fiorito said, "Meghan on Ellen, on the prank section, there wasn't really a royal reference made, besides her name." The podcast co-host added, "I felt that was a choice, where Meghan is moving on from that and she doesn't always have to be serious. For me, what was interesting was Meghan showing a different side. Her comedic side. Her acting side. She is really capable in that regard. It does demonstrate that. That feels like a new chapter for her. It feels like she is rebranding herself to be more about Meghan, the person she was before Harry. It's definitely a choice she has made. She talked about things she wasn't able to talk about in her royal life. She is definitely going to show more of herself going forward." Howard Breuer, CEO of Newsroom PR, told Fox News that the appearance on Ellen makes total sense. He said, "After all, she and Harry already broke the mold that dictated that members of the royal family avoid such shows and keep to themselves their thoughts, their struggles, and the comments that demonstrate that they are just people like everyone else. For her to do this kind of show at all is to color outside the lines." William and Kate have banned the BBC from broadcasting their Christmas Carol concert as tensions remain high over a controversial royal documentary. The charity fundraiser, which the Duchess is hosting at Westminster Abbey, will instead be shown on ITV. With Kate hosting, William is expected to watch on proudly from the wings, while Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis could all be in attendance. The move comes after the BBC aired the first of the 2-part documentary The Princes and the Press trademark on Monday night. Monday TMS episode included a suggestion that rivalries between royal households were at play, and that negative stories about Meghan had been leaked by courtiers. BBC chairman Richard Sharp told the Voice of the Listener and viewer TMS Autumn Conference, "From time to time, this organization produces programs which may or may not meet with full agreement with different parts of the establishment." He did, however, address the importance of the royal family in the UK, saying it is at the center of our identity. On Wednesday night TMS ITV News at 10 program, The BBC debacle was covered by royal editor Chris Shipp. Before handing over to Mr. Shipp, the programme TMS anchor Raja Omar said, "It could, of course, just be a coincidence. But, within a couple of days of the first part of a BBC documentary on the relationship Princes William and Harry have had with the press, ITV and not the BBC have been asked to broadcast a carol concert hosted by Kate, William TMS wife." Mr. Shipp added, "The filming of the carol service will still go ahead at Westminster Abbey, but the choice of broadcaster has changed. The fact is, the televised carol service here only dropped into ITV TMS Christmas schedules as late as last week." A source at the broadcaster said that was very unusual trademark. Mr. Shipp asked whether the BBC was being punished for the controversial documentary. Answering his own question, he said, "Well, put it this way. I was told today that Prince William is fiercely protective of his staff and this is exactly the sort of thing he would do." William did not watch the documentary on Monday night, as he was presenting the Environmental Tusk Awards at London TMS South Bank. However, a source told The Sun earlier this week that the documentary will have stirred up tensions, with the current row only the beginning. The source said, "It was all arranged to be on BBC One, but it was switched in the last few days because of the terrible row over the documentary. And things are likely to get a lot worse between the royal family and the BBC before they get better, as the second part of the documentary threatens to go further." The second part of the documentary, which airs on Monday night, examines the period between 2018 and 2021. It will cover the privacy actions Harry and Meghan have launched against the British press, as well as delving into the brothers' trademark rift. The BBC is also releasing a 4-part podcast series, Harry, Meghan and the Media Trademark, with the first episode out on Monday. Express.co.uk has approached Buckingham and Kensington Palace for comment.